Hey, what's up guys? Matt here with Fix Anything Save Money. Today we are going to be replacing the carburetor on this Husqvarna 128CD trimmer. This is actually the one that you could put different attachments on it. So I have the like the tiller attachment for it, but I think you could also put like a string trimmer attachment onto these. So we're going to be showing you how to replace the carburetor on this. This one isn't currently running. So I ended up buying a carburetor kit on Amazon made by a company called Husqvarna. And I'm just gonna go through and show you what you get in that kit. And then I'll also put a link on where you could pick up this kit along with the tools that you're gonna see in this video, which is pretty much just a 8mm socket and ratchet, and then also a flathead screwdriver. So I will put links on where you can pick up this stuff. They are affiliate links and I do earn a commission, but that is just pretty much a really great way to kind of show your support of the channel by clicking those links, buying the products, and you know, it makes your life easier. And you know, I do earn a commission, but that money does go right back towards the channel. So we'll go through everything you get in this pack. So you can see they give you really long lengths of fuel lines that you kind of just cut to fit. They give you a couple air filters, which is great because behind this there should be an air filter, and for whatever reason the air filter is missing on this, so we're going to put a new air filter in. Then they give you new gaskets, the actual carburetor, and then they also give you the carburetor adjustment tool. They give you some priming bulbs, some fuel filters, or a fuel filter, spark plug. They just give you a whole bunch of stuff in these kits to get your, get your machines back up and running. So I like making these videos because they seem to help people a real lot. You know, I get a lot of comments that people are able to get their stuff back up and running relatively easily using my videos. So I really like making these, and I like using these kits because you get a whole bunch of stuff too. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen this by twisting it counterclockwise and removing the air filter cover, or the air filter housing, whatever you want to call it. And now this is where you should see that air filter, but like I said, it's missing. So when we put it all back together, we're going to install it like that. Okay. And now if you've ever worked on carburetors on small engines, they're all pretty similar. There's typically 2 bolts, 1, 2, that hold the housing and the carburetor, or that pretty much hold the everything in place, and they get loosened with an 8mm socket. I mean, they're usually different. On this one, it's an 8mm. So we'll go ahead and remove these. And these are just nuts that when you loosen them, be careful they don't fall out. So you can see here, there's one. And another thing we're going to use in addition to this is just a smaller flathead screwdriver, and I'll show you why, or how that comes in handy. It's pretty much when you're removing the fuel lines. It's just easier to break the seal on the fuel lines using a flathead. Okay, so there's the second. So now this cover is just going to slide right out. You might have to kind of adjust this. If the choke is this way, you might have to just kind of move it around to get the actual cover out. So you can see there's our cover. There's a tag on here for some reason. So, and this is also a great time to go ahead and just clean up everything you see. Okay, so now we have access to the carburetor. You can see it's loosened now. The only thing holding this in now is our throttle cable, which is right here. So we'll go ahead and show you that. Throttle cable right there. And then also our fuel lines. So to remove our throttle cable, all we're gonna do is pretty much, I wanna get this so you guys could see it easily. We're just going to push this metal plate up and then you could kind of just wiggle it out. You might have to like wiggle the carburetor just to get a little extra room. And this is honestly the biggest pain, is removing. So there we go. So you kind of just have to pull the carburetor out further, and then you can see this piece kind of, this is the linkage hooks onto here. You could see here, that little groove goes into this groove right here. So that's how that sits in there like that. So you could actually probably pull that out when you're removing it. Okay. And then you could see, we'll move the camera this way, and you could see how our fuel lines are hooked up. One fuel line here, and then one fuel line here. And this is just kind of where you want to take note which is which. One of these just empties fuel back into the tank. It's this one right here that's more towards this way on the tank. So that just empties the fuel back into the tank. And this actually, the one further back right here, not this guy, but this guy right back here, that actually takes the fuel out of the tank and puts it into the carburetor. And so now this is the part, if you have a full fuel tank, if your carburetor is like priming up fine, you might want to just get a pan, like an oil pan or something, and set it underneath your whatever engine you're working on, because when you go to remove these lines, you're going to have some fuel leaking out. So I'm just going to grab a pan, I'm going to grab a flathead, and be right back. Okay, so we can see we have our oil drain pan just to catch any fuel that spills. We have a little flathead, and then all you're going to want to do is just pry these fuel lines down and off. So you can see we got one off, and then this one we'll just pry down, and then that just squirted a little bit of fuel out. So we know that's going to be probably the main question that people have on this video, because it's the main question they have on most videos, is which line goes to which. So this front one right here goes to the forward nozzle on the carburetor right here, and then the back one right here is going to go onto this back one right here. Okay. And I also have gotten comments about, you know, usually these fuel lines dry rot out after a while. People have said like, hey, can you make videos on replacing the fuel lines? And honestly, I mean, you just, for these overflows, you just want that down in the tank, maybe like a ½ inch sitting into the tank, because like I said, that's going to take any excess fuel and dump it back into your tank. And then this fuel line, you would just cut a piece that's long enough to fit into the bottom of the tank, and then all you do is, let me find it. All you would do is take your new fuel filter or the fuel filter that's in the tank, and just, you know, once you get it in through here, you would just either grab it with a pair of needle nose from inside the tank, pull it out more, and then attach your fuel filter. It just literally just you just put it right on. It's like a pretty snug fit, but you literally just put it on like that, and then drop it back into your tank and hook it up to your carburetor. So I don't want to really go through all that, because these videos are typically long enough just in the carburetor replacement, but that is how you would do it. So now we have everything unhooked, our fuel lines. We can go ahead and take our carburetor off. Okay. And then we'll grab our new carburetor. Here's our new, and you can see how it's going to go on just like that. You can see it's pretty much an identical carburetor. So we're just going to put these holes right here into these bolts. Okay. And then we could just push that. Actually, before we do that, you know, let's go ahead and take this little piece off, and then we'll even put a new gasket on. And you can see it's an identical gasket. So we'll go ahead and put the new gasket on. Kind of just move the fuel lines out of the way. And this company that makes these aftermarket carburetor kits, they do a really, really great job because everything always seems to fit pretty much perfectly. And the kits are cheap. I think this was $15, $20 for the carburetor kit. So I mean, it's very affordable stuff on top of the fact that you get a lot of stuff. Okay, so now we can put our carburetor back on. Again, just kind of moving our fuel lines out of the way. Okay. And now we could go ahead and actually hook up our fuel lines. Again, like I said, this back one right here, this is the one that's hooked up to the fuel filter in the tank right here, and that's going to go onto the back nozzle here. So we could go ahead and hook that up. And you might need to even take it off first and do it. Make it probably a little bit easier. And you want these fuel lines all the way up, as far up as you could press them. And then this front one right here is going to go onto the front nozzle of our carburetor. And again, you just want to push these all the way up as far as you could get them. So you can see that it's pressed all the way up. And now we could install the carburetor. Okay, so we have our carburetor on, we have our fuel lines on, and now the only thing we have left is to go ahead and hook up our throttle cable. And for that, we're just going to, again, press this way and just kind of feed. You could even pull this out a little bit, and you can see how it's shaped. It's kind of shaped like an L. You're just going to put it in, just kind of angle it like that, push it down in, and then it just sits like that. And then you could always just kind of hold your carburetor and press your trigger right here just to see that everything is working as it should. There's no hang-ups anywhere. Okay. So now we have that all hooked up. We can go ahead and put our cover back on, which is right here. And again, you might just need to move this lever to kind of feed it in. So I'll show you what that looks like. And just like that. Okay. And you can see that our bolt holes go right through like that. Sorry, you might not have seen that here. So you just feed the lever, the blue lever, through that hole, and then just kind of fit it into place. And you can see these are our bolts that we're gonna put our nuts back onto. And for these, I always like to kind of just put the nut in to the socket and then actually go ahead and put it on. It just makes it a little bit easier. So put this right in here and just kind of start it. Okay, so that's started. And now we could go ahead and remove this. It's kind of hanging me up a little bit. Okay, so that one's started. Now we could go ahead and start this guy, which would go right there. And you don't want to go crazy tightening these. You just want them snugged up pretty good. Because again, these are just going up against plastic, so you don't want to go crazy. Okay. And I was just testing it out, making sure everything was working right. Okay. So now we could go ahead and put our air filter back in, just like that. Okay. Put our cover back on. Rotate this clockwise. And then all you're going to want to do when you go to start this is press the priming bulb 10 times right in here. So you would press this 10 times to get the fuel into the carburetor. Okay. And then that's your choke right here. This is full choke. You can see it like that, full choke. You'd pull it, then you go to half choke, right around there, pull it, and it should start and actually run. And then once it's running, you let it warm up. And then once it's warmed up, you would just turn the choke off. Okay? So yeah, guys, let me know if you have any questions on this video. I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I can with any answers. And like I said, be sure to check the link in the description on where you could pick up this awesome little carburetor kit. I didn't show you, the spark plug change or anything like that. I might make a separate video on kind of like a quick tune-up for this machine. But be sure to check the link on where you can pick up this, along with, I'll throw links on where you can pick up, pretty decent socket sets for cheap, along with like a little screwdriver set. And like I said, those will be affiliate links, and I do earn a commission on any purchases, but that money does go right back to supporting the channel. So yeah, guys, let me know if you have any questions. Be sure to like this video if it helped you out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Check out all my other tool and DIY videos. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.